think that your hair is just gonna grow 12-20 inches overnight. It don't work like that, okay? It does not work like that. What is up, you guys? It's your girl Z here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below and join the team. If you are not new here, welcome back. So as you guys can tell from today's title, we just gonna be talking. We just gonna have a cute little chit chat moment. I feel like I have not done one of these in a while where I just sit and talk about hair and all the things. So let's get into it. I'm about to roll my hair. This is gonna be kind of like a get ready with me, I guess. I'm about to roll my hair up, well, flexi rod it up for a few hours. I am going to an event later on this evening. I already know the curls are probably not going to be curling because I'm doing this and I am only going to have them in for maybe 4 hours. So we'll see how they hold up, but I figured I'll take this time to just sit, chat, talk with you guys about a few different hair things. So yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, I do want to share with you guys, I'm super excited about this. I posted it on my like community tab or whatever it's called. I don't really know, but your girl is officially a CURLFEST creator. I am so excited. If you do not know what CURLFEST is, y'all, let me tell you. So CURLFEST takes place in New York pretty much every single summer. It is literally like the biggest natural hair care festival like that there is. So I am officially one of their creators and I'm gonna be there this year. I am so excited because this literally comes full circle. I attended CURLFEST for the very first time back in 2017, y'all. Like 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago, when I was still living in New York. And so to now be a part of the festival and like being there as a creator is so exciting. So I wanted to share that with you guys here because if you live in New York or you're gonna be in New York sometime in July, or it's easy for you to get to New York, y'all come to CURLFEST, okay? I'm gonna put all of the info right here on the screen so you guys have it, but I'm super excited. Like I said, CURLFEST is like that festival. If you're into hair care, natural hair, all of the things, it is really like that, girl. Think of like Essence Fest, you know, where it's all us. Think of like Essence Fest but for hair care. Like, it is top tier. I am so excited. It is going to be a time, okay? So it's going to be on July 25th. Like I said, if you are interested in coming, if you are in the New York area or even like DC and it's nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump to get to New York, come out, okay? I do have a discount code if y'all want to use it. I'll link it down below in the description box, but if you want to buy a ticket, get 15% off using my code Zenese15. Like I said, it is such a just like celebration of like black beauty, black hair, all the things, and I'm just so excited to be a part of it this year as a creator, which like I said is crazy to even think about, but I'm so excited. I wanted to share that with you guys because y'all are my like home curls over here. I love that. I just kind of made that up off my top of my head. My home curls, even though y'all know we do the straight natural over here, but still, like I said, July 25th, if you just happen to be in New York, are you planning to be in New York, come through to CURLFEST, grab your ticket, and let me know if any of y'all are coming. I would love to meet any of you guys. So yeah, I had to share that because I'm super excited about it. Like I said, I posted it on my community post a few, like 2 weeks ago, but I figured I would share it here so y'all know your girl is going to CURLFEST and I want to see you there, okay? I want to see you there. July 25th, New York City. I'll tag Curly Girl Collective down below in the description box as well, but that's who hosts CURLFEST every year. So I'll leave them down below for you to check them out on Instagram so that you can stay up to date to all the things. But I know one of the like swag bag sponsors is Miss Jessie. They have Black Girl Vitamins that are going to be in the swag bag. So it's that type of vibe. Y'all already know, okay? I had to share that with y'all because I'm just like so excited. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about in this chit chat is it's basically based off of like comments that I've gotten on recent like TikTok videos and even some of my like YouTube short videos when it comes to like natural hair, length retention, hair growth, all of the things. So we all know that genetics play a part in basically your hair, whether that's the type of, you know, curl pattern that you have or texture, all of that. But when it comes to length and length retention, I feel like that's where, or hair growth and length retention, sorry, I feel like that's where people kind of like just assume, oh, it's genetic, your hair is long because it's genetics. But that's not necessarily the case, because a lot of people confuse length retention and hair growth in general. So when it comes to hair growth, your hair is always growing, okay? And that's what I have to tell people, like, it doesn't matter like if your hair is shoulder length, if you got a bob, if you got a whatever, your hair is always growing. What people struggle with is not hair growth, it's length retention, okay? That's the biggest like misstep right there, okay? So when people will come and be like, oh, it's genetic, that's why her hair is long, not necessarily. So if y'all know, I colored my hair exactly 2 years ago now at this point, whole head brown. I will pop in pictures so you have references. You've been here, you knew that, right? If you look at where my color is now, it's pretty much all at the ends, right? So I had someone comment on my TikTok video a few weeks ago, and they were like, I'm just really impressed by how fast you grew the color out of your hair. And that had me thinking, like, yeah, I really did grow basically a whole new head of hair in 2 years. And that just made me think about my routines, everything that I do as far as like my hair care routines to retain length. Because scientifically, your hair grows, I can't remember the number, but your hair grows a certain amount of like inches or centimeters or something. Your hair grows a certain amount every single month. So when it feels like, oh, my hair isn't growing, it is growing. Your hair is always growing. Think about the hair on your legs, the hair under your arms. Like, your hair is literally always growing. So the hair on your head is always growing. The issue is not being able to retain that length. So that's where, when that comment came up, I was like, wow, that is very much true. And that is, again, a testament to the hair care routine that I have implemented that allows me to retain length. It's not necessarily, oh, well, your hair just grows fast and your hair is like growing more. Oh, I didn't put oil on my hair, dang it. I meant to put a little bit of Olaplex on my hair. But your hair is always growing. It's just about, again, like I said, retaining that length. So that's where I feel like people misunderstand and don't really understand how growing your hair out works. So when it comes to length retention, and I tell y'all this all the time because it's proven fact, and I don't want to like toot my own horn because I'm not that type of person. But when someone mentioned like, wow, you were able to really grow the color out of your hair super fast, given that my hair is basically waist length at this point, or a little bit shorter than waist length. And I was like, oh, you know what, that is very much true. And some people would think like, oh, well, 2 years is a long time when you're growing out color. But again, the length of my hair, to have been able to have color that started pretty much at the root all the way again down to basically waist length, that is a testament to growing my hair but retaining the length despite me having color. Because I've told y'all plenty of times before, once I got this color in my hair, I had to like readjust. I had to relearn basically my hair, because had I not readjusted my routine that I already had in place before I had color, I'm pretty sure my hair would have started breaking off. And y'all know, since having color in my hair, I've gotten knotless braids and all those things, and I had to like stop doing that because, again, where the color in my hair was, I was experiencing breakage. But you know, where the color is, your hair is a lot weaker and is a lot more prone to breakage and damage and all of that. So that is why I say I had to really adjust my routine when it came to having color treated hair. So really, that was really like a aha moment for me of like, wow, like even though I had color in my hair, I've still been able to retain my length just based off of the routine I already had in place before I had color, but the small little tweaks that I've made after having color. And those small little tweaks, y'all know, already was deep conditioning and doing bond repair treatments and doing all of those things, but making sure that my hair stayed extra moisturized. Like before, I was never a girl to add more like oils onto my hair. Once my silk press was done, y'all know now I'm like, oh, I forgot to get my Olaplex. Like, I'm always like making sure that my hair is moisturized because, again, I learned that my hair is a lot drier now that is color treated. So with that, like I said, learning or developing a routine that is going to allow you to retain length versus just paying attention to like, oh, my hair is still stuck at the same length. Yeah, that's because you're not retaining length. And we know when it comes to retaining length, you have to have a very solid routine. I know y'all get so tired of me saying that, but it is the truth. It is the truth. The only thing that is going to help your hair retain its length is hydration, moisture, and a very consistent routine. That means doing your hydration, your moisture, all of that on a consistent basis. I know what I've learned about my hair, I would say more recently with having color, like even now, 2 weeks be pushing it for my hair, okay? 2 weeks be pushing it when it comes to my silk press. I know usually around like day 11 or 12, I can like just feel like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's time to wash my hair. Just because, again, my hair needs some hydration, and I know not to push it past those 2 weeks because then my hair is gonna start feeling dry. It's gonna start when I brush and see those little pieces breaking up, that's breakage, okay? So again, I used to try and like push my hair. Before I had color in my hair, I could push my hair to 3 weeks and be fine. The third week would just typically be like a ponytail week. My hair would be a little bit oily and that was that. But with this color, baby, it'd be dry and I'd be like, let's rewash, let's hydrate, let's moisturize, let's do all of the things. So you have to just really understand what works for your hair and what your hair is need. Your hair will tell you. Your hair will tell you what it needs, okay? It will absolutely tell you what it needs, and you just have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. And I feel like that's also another thing that just some people may not just like understand, of like understanding what their hair needs, because I do realize that there is a lot of just like unknown or just like, oh, I didn't know that when it comes to hair care and taking care of your hair either on your own without a stylist. Here I am about to forget the oil again. But I know there's a lot of just like information that's not known. And again, I'm not saying I know everything, because what I tell y'all all the time, I'm not a hairstylist, I'm not a cosmetologist. I literally just figured out what works for my hair and what doesn't work for my hair, and I try to go from there. Because I'm not saying what I do is perfect, but I do think that the routines that I have in place have proven to myself and just, you know, other people who watch my content, and you can clearly see my hair every week when I'm doing videos and stuff like that, how having those routines in place has helped maintain the health of my hair, but also like, again, continue to retain length despite having color. And I think just as my color has grown out, I've also just become so much more conscious of my like ends, because that's clearly where all my hair is at. I mean, not all my hair, where all my color is at now. So I'm very like, oh, I don't want my ends, like, let me look at these, my ends look split. So like I said, your hair will definitely like tell you what it needs. It will tell you when it's time to wash and when it's time to hydrate it and put some more water onto it. And that's another thing. A lot of people confuse hydration and moisture with each other. Hydration literally only comes from water. So that means only coming from washing your hair, okay? That is the only way you are going to hydrate it, okay? When you deep condition, you're locking in that water and the moisture from the deep conditioner. That's locking it in, and that's why I feel like it's so important to deep condition, because you need that step that's going to lock that moisture and that hydration in. That's why I'm always team deep condition your hair, okay? And so yeah, I think that's just where the education piece comes into play, of like knowing that your hair is literally always growing. It's growing, girl. You just gotta retain length. So like I said, so really developing a consistent routine. And what I mean by that, and I know y'all probably be like, girl, what is a consistent routine? Consistent means how often you are doing your hair, whether that's you are a person that does your hair weekly, bi-weekly. I wouldn't suggest going longer than bi-weekly, just because at that point you need to clean your scalp, okay? And that's another thing too, making sure your scalp is clean, okay? I don't use a lot of like products on my hair, but if you use like edge controls and all that stuff, think about the product buildup that's on your scalp. You got to get that off, or your hair is not going to flourish, okay? So, you know, washing your hair weekly, bi-weekly, making sure your scalp is clean. Also, making sure that your ends are not split, diced, and all of the types of things, because again, holding on to length that ain't nothing but dead, it ain't good for you, okay? Let them split ends go, okay? Let it go. But you know, keeping up with those trims, all of those things are part of a routine. If somebody asks you like, oh, what's your hair care routine, you should be able to say, oh, you know, I wash my hair every single week. I alternate weeks. One week I'm doing a, you know, deep hydration treatment. The next week I'm doing a bond repair treatment. You know, whatever your routine is, you should have a solid routine. I get my hair trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks. Like, you should be able to spit out what your hair care routine is, okay? And I guarantee you, if you stay consistent, and I think that's another thing too, it's about consistency. People will think that your hair is just gonna grow 12-20 inches overnight. It don't work like that, okay? It does not work like that. You have to be patient. A lot of people want like overnight results and overnight success when it comes to hair, but it's hair. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes consistency. If that's one thing that I can preach and I know, is those things. It takes time, patience, consistency. But like, those are going to get you the length goals that you're trying to get to. You're not gonna just wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I'm Rapunzel now. Like, it don't work like that. I just really wanted to chat with you guys about just like retaining length versus hair growth. If you feel like you're in a space where it's like, ugh, my hair's not growing, I don't know what to do, ask yourself, do you have those, what did I say, 3 things or whatever? Make sure you're asking yourself, do I have a consistent routine? When I gather my products to do my hair, how often am I doing this? Am I doing the same thing every single time? Am I making sure that like my hair routine is consistent, not only in the types of products that I'm using, but how often I'm doing it? You can't wash your hair 1 month and then not wash it again until like 2 months. I don't know, child, but you know what I'm saying. Like, your hair should be on a routine where it knows like, okay, I know I'm getting washed tomorrow, like, or I know I'm getting washed in a few days. Because your hair, you basically got to train your hair at some point, basically. So having a good consistent routine, having some really good quality products, and that does not mean salon. That does not mean that. That just means using really good quality products. Like, are you using a clarifying shampoo to really clarify your hair? Are you using a hydrating shampoo that's really, you know, hydrating your strands? Are you using a deep conditioner? That's what I mean by like quality products, versus just like a $1 shampoo that's a 5-in-1 or something like that, you know. But you know, making sure that, again, consistency, quality of products, but then also, you know, taking care of your ends, making sure your ends are trimmed. All of those things factor into your hair care routine. So your hair is growing, don't feel like it's not. Just more so focus on length retention versus like, my hair doesn't look like it's growing. Length retention is what I feel like people should focus more so on, and figuring out what works for your hair, what your hair needs, and going from there. So I'm done wrapping or rolling these things up. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this Sacred holding spray just to spray. Let these sit for a while. I don't know where my scrunchies are, so hopefully these don't fall out. But I hope this was a cute little video for y'all. Like I said, I just wanted to yap a little bit because, again, some of the comments that I've gotten on some recent content has like really just like sparked my brain and I wanted to just like have a conversation about it. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you guys have more topics y'all want to talk about as far as like when it comes to hair care or anything, just let me know. I'm gonna let these sit in my head for a little while. I'll probably be back when I take them out just so y'all can see if it does anything. So yeah, I'll be back in a few hours. Alright y'all, I'm back. It's not been that long. I don't even think it's been 3 hours. Maybe exactly 3 hours. But I'm about to head out to a sold out dates day party that I was invited to. So let's get ready to take this hair down. Like I said, I already know my hair is not going to be really curled of any type of way, but may have a little body, and I'm gonna just spray it with a little bit more hairspray and just, you know, hope for the best. Just wanted to, like I said, chat with you guys about hair growth, length retention, all of the things. And like I said, if you are on, oh, okay, that one came out cute. Let me go ahead and spray that up. Hello. But like I said, if you are on a hair length journey, hair growth journey, you know, any of those things, don't stress yourself out so much about the length. Stress yourself out about a consistent like routine in making sure that you are doing all the things that your hair needs and wants on a consistent basis. And I guarantee you, stick with it, stay consistent, be patient. You'll see the results that you want. I promise. Because like I said, your hair is always forever growing. It's just about retaining the length. Okay, baby, this turned out pretty good. Even though, like I said, I know these curls about to fall as soon as I walk out the door, but it's okay. But this is what we are looking like. Like I said, this is only 3 hours of my Flexi Ride overnight rollers. If I didn't have to go out this morning, I would have did it last night and just sat in the house all day, but I had stuff to do today. So we're gonna hope that the hair lasts. And yeah, as always, I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in, watching, and being a part of the squad here. I'm here to help all the girls reach their hair goals, reach the hair length that they want, be consistent, be patient, and develop a good routine. And like I said, I promise you will get the results that you are wanting. So until next time, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want more quick little chit chat videos, just let me know, because I'm always down to yap my mouth about some hair things, okay? But hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.